Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. Looking here this morning by the looks. Let's get this in here. Where's Rick? There he is. Morning, Rick.
Hey, sure. Good morning.
Friends, it's good. And thankfully, slow burn after yesterday's race.
Yeah, I decided to take a rest day yesterday because I was, I don't know, I just something felt off. Still kind of feel that way, but feeling better.
You even took a rest day from watching us on the stream when we raced.
Well, I did watch.
Oh, okay.
I tuned in, but I remembered about halfway through, though. I think I joined right about the time that everyone seemed to be feeling the burn.
Well, that was pretty much from the get-go. The C's weren't very appreciative of my 5.2, 5.3 watt per kilo pulse.
Yeah, I heard that a couple of times.
Yeah. See, I was kind of, as we were getting ready for the race, we had 5 Bs, 3 Cs registered. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, in Latte, we need at least 1 C to cross the line with us. But in Frappe, we can just go for it. So it didn't take long for us to leave Owen behind. Then Adam, Graham, we lost Graham early on. He had a technical problem. So he was quite a few seconds behind, and he ended up helping Owen in. We had Hills with us right until the last fly, and then it was me, Brett, Mike, and Alex. We were in a group, and we were just slowly pulling away from Hills. And as much as I wanted Hills to be with us to cross the line, we had needed up the road, so we had to climb all the way to the finish. The finish was at the top of the hill.
Yeah, I watched until, wow, man, you were only maybe a kilometer out. And then I was still working, so yeah, I hit like a spot in between tanks where the Wi-Fi didn't reach. And then it cut out, and I was like, well, it's probably over anyway.
No, I rode for quite a while afterward. I was waiting for Katie to start her stream. She did on ITT, and then raided her.
I spent my morning on my roof yesterday. That was fun.
Spent your morning on your roof yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, I was on my way.
I speak proper English, me. Go on, I'll let you tell your story.
There's a lot of punctuation in there. Yeah, we ended up getting that snowstorm where it snowed hard all night and then switched right over to rain. Yeah. I looked out the window at about 4 in the morning. There was a lot of snow. Everything was coated, and then I woke up again at about 7, and it had almost all melted. But then as I was getting ready to, Grace had a school delay, so I decided to just hang around until she went to school, take her to school. And then Heidi noticed that there was water dripping from the blinds again. So this happened maybe about 2 years ago. So I was like, no, okay. Guess I have to go out on the roof of the addition. So this summer, I'm going to be putting on a metal roof. That's my plan. So that this doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, it's just not enough of a pitch. The rest of my house has a good pitch. And the snow falls right off, no problem. Without any ice dams, but this one spot where it doesn't, you get one of those perfect storms like that where it's just the snow turns into ice and gets really heavy, then you get leakage. Which I think I also might have to replace some drywall here too, or at least retape it. It's only one little spot. It just happens to be right over me, but it's a little bumpy where the tape is. Which then just makes me think about how much water was actually above the drywall.
Yeah.
Then drives me crazy. But yeah, it's a small enough area that I can put on the metal roofing myself. I mean, there's going to be a couple cuts that are a little beyond what I've done before, but I'll learn something new.
Hey there, Bonnie. Thanks for sharing.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hey there, Owen. How are you feeling today? How are the legs doing? Hey, Wesley. Good morning to you. Thanks for liking your stream. But sweet. Yeah. What is entries on this ring today?
It always feels like a long finish.
Rick said
Thank you.
that one always feels like a long finish.
I think he was talking about how you called it the ODZ entry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, give me some slack here, Owen. Put me some slack. It's after 5 a.m. I had to get up really early this morning so that I could get my trash out. Friday's bin day. So, yeah.
Finally got to watch the first episode of the my show last night. Can't even remember the name of it for some reason. The Last of Us. There we go.
No, I'm leading the TeamODZ entry for the next 3 weeks now. Oh, well, Mike isn't leading. I'm leading this weekend. Cooper's back, I'll let him take it the week after.
Yeah, I ended up getting home late because things were all, with all the snow and whatnot, things were a little behind at work. So I got home late, but I really thought, oh wow, again, another evening I don't get to watch the show. But I was able to watch it, but I had to stay up a little late to do it. That's all right though. I finally accomplished my mission.
Mission accomplished. Was it impossible?
It felt like it there for a while. Last night it felt pretty easy though.
Now I've got Apollo 440 stuck in my mind.
Good part about Innsbruck is the temptation for riders to try to get the jersey on the leg snapper.
Yeah.
And they have nothing left for the finish.
Yeah.
Not as much. They have to go to the change purse. Or take out a loan.
Well, Ben.
Good Ben.
You're right on.
Still February 10th for the bike?
No, it's January 27th. All day today.
No. oh, you're talking about today. Yeah.
I could see the cogs whirring then.
That's getting close. That's it's 2 weeks away, right?
It's Ben's Valentine's present to himself.
Yes.
Oh, hey. Guess what I bought yesterday?
What's that?
Mini eggs.
Ah, nice. It's a bit early, but that's all right.
It's never too early for mini eggs. What do you say? I can start to stock up now. See if I can get them to last until Christmas again. You talking about me?
Is it still 2 weeks?
Well, not so much about you,
Or,
Ben, but about your bike.
Yes. Still 2 weeks for the bike. Counting down the days.
That one that's made by the bus company, Ribble. No, there's a bus line in the UK called Ribble. Oh, there used to be. Is that still going on?
Is that a dog that runs fast?
No. I'll have to Google it there. You've let me down, Owen. Doesn't happen very often. Don't let it happen again, okay? Oh no! It says Ribble Motor Services was a large regional bus operator in the northwest of England, based in Preston. It says was. Oh no.
1989, they ceased operation. We're pulling
Ribble
out.
Motor
We're going in the
Services.
way back. The way back machine.
Ribble Motor Services commenced operation in 1919. It grew to be the largest operator in the region, with a territory stretching from Carlisle and Cumberland to South Lancashire.
It's not bad though. What, 70 years of service? Or not 60 years. 70, yeah. 70 years is math. Jeez.
I guess they stopped doing buses and started making bikes. So,
Pretty early.
so your
When you
bike
look
then
at,
could be made out of old bus parts. We'll have to call your new bike a double decker, Ben. Ah, so Ribble, this still exists. I'm still going to say Ben's bike is made out of old buses. So I don't need to, Owen. Thank you.
Why am I reading this?
And it's something that you can stash away in that area of your brain, that huge area of your brain that's full of useless information. Because you
Never
know
know.
that sometime at the pub quiz, you're going to be asked for the history of Ribble
Oh,
Motor
yes.
Services.
You might find yourself in Burbank, California, on the set of Jeopardy,
I mean, come on.
and it just
Who ever
this happens
thought
to me.
that someone 3,500 miles away would be telling you about history of a bus company in the UK?
Definitely not back in Ribble Motor Transport times. That would be amazing to do that. All right, and for our categories, and it'd be like motor transport in the early 1900s in the UK.
I like the quiz show music. I don't, but I just thought I'd say I would.
Yeah, Heidi likes to watch Jeopardy lately. That's her thing now. She's been on one of the free channel that just does Jeopardy all day long. I can hear it right now as we speak.
In one.
That show always has deceptively easy answer or easy questions until all of a sudden they just hit you with the big one where you're like, ooh, that's a tough one.
No, I think I'd be heading to Dave if they're still showing Red Dwarf. Owen. As we all know, it's cold outside. There's no kind of atmosphere.
And well, Scotland is available now. Just can't ride it. Oh yeah, so was I really tired last night, or did you send a invitation out and then
So did Charles,
resend a
didn't
new
he?
one this morning?
What was that, Swick?
Was I just really tired last night? Maybe had a dream, or did you send in a meetup invitation last night and then resend it this morning?
You were dreaming.
Okay.
No, I came downstairs this morning thinking, wait a minute. I know I sent the meetup request last night, but I don't remember setting the time. So sure enough, it was for 9:30 last night. No wonder no one showed up.
Okay. Well, I did say I was going to show up.
Especially
so
me.
there was that.
Oh yes, I had to send it again this morning.
Yeah, I was just dozing off, and then I heard the on my bedstand, and then felt it in my watch, and I was like, ah, there it is. And didn't really pay attention to it. Looked at it with one eye. And for some reason, I didn't fall asleep after that. I don't remember why. I think Heidi started talking to me. Yeah, I need to get some rest in this week. This week was a bit too hectic. My stress numbers are through the roof according to my watch.
No, I didn't
So
set it
much
to
for-
7.3 kilometers. Again, Owen, I forgot to adjust the time. So when you create a meetup, it defaults to something like 15 or 20 minutes ahead of current time. So it's probably about 9:10 last night. I was laying in bed, created the meetup, didn't set the time, so I sent it out for 9:30 last night. No, Rick won't know the Charles Ingram story.
No.
So,
I'm guessing it would.
Who
It
Wants
was
to Be a
some sort of
Millionaire? UK version. 15
Yeah.
questions. This guy answered them all right. However, he was denied the winnings under suspicion of cheating. Yeah, it was subsequently proved that he
I
did
did
cheat.
hear about that one.
And that's why I said, Owen said he actually knew the answer to the final question. And I was joking when I said, so did Charles Ingram.
I think I did hear a little something about that at some point.
Hey up, Des. How's he doing, lad? Does Des speak Northwestern? I'm sure he does. I got to watch my neighbour's dog have some fun in the snow yesterday. Young pup. He's growing fast.
He'll be a big dog.
Yeah. No, I don't know that she's going to grow too much more than what she is right now.
Oh, yes. I did hear about that one. About Chucky Ingram. Isn't that the way the Houston Astros won the World Series?
They all have coughs.
Well, I think there's banging trash cans, things of that nature. I think it was just basically 2 bangs meant fastball, something else, that sort of thing. Allegedly. But they still came back and did well even without that. So most likely because they're using some other technique, allegedly.
I need to do something this morning before I went to work. What was it? Oh yes, I remember. Focus some sheet music, printing or copying. You can never forget Bristolian and Brenda. Not another one.
My sister and her family are fans of the Astros. They love it anytime the Astros and the Red Sox play. Then they can get a group chat going.
Yeah, wouldn't think that a BBC interview could go viral like that. There's too much politics going on right now. Good job. We didn't get to see what happened last year.
That would be something I would do, though. I would work hard to get into a political position and then complain about politics.
That never happens. Let me guess. Rishi Sunak's seatbelt. That must have come up in there. I got one right. So Rick, it's like here, you know, seatbelts are compulsory. No matter where you're sitting in a car, if one's fitted, you've got to wear it. Rishi Sunak being interviewed in a car that's being driven along, not wearing any seatbelt. Did he go out over TV? Was it a TV interview or was it something on YouTube or something?
That would also make me only hope that the incessant dinging of the fasten your seatbelt.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember now.
Warning.
Yeah, it was something that went out on Facebook and Twitter. So all the evidence that the police needed. Hey Rick, well,
Yeah.
this isn't for you, this is for Rishi. Give me an N.
And
Give me a U.
you,
Give me an M.
M,
Give me a P.
P. They really should. We should figure out a way to shorten this word.
Why? It'd help if we didn't have these conversations halfway through
All
it.
right.
I've forgotten where we are now. Give me a T.
T.
Give me a Y. What do we have?
We have numpty.
Here we go.
Yes. Ah, 185 feels nice now.
That's I mean, that's the equivalent of a burglar taking a video and putting it on YouTube of him breaking into a house and stealing stuff. Anyway, there's a few things that we should avoid on the stream, I guess, and politics is one of them. Who started politics anyway?
Wasn't me. Usually I'm really good at starting the bad topics, but I don't think it was me this time.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to share his American beer joke with me. I'm going to clean it up here. We'll see if Rick can get it.
Okay.
Wow, how far back is it? Oh, there we go. How is American beer like making love in a canoe?
I don't know.
They're both close to water.
That's true. So do you know how American beer became so watery when it did? Or so, I guess, balanced and sweetened and all that stuff.
Des started it with this Bristolian accent. It's Des's fault then. Come on, Des. Get your act together. Hey, good morning. You need to come in the chat and help us pronounce your name. Unfortunately, I can't read Hangul. But I will say, Nigga Jail Jal Nagar! Rick's like, what? What's Andy on about? I really mullered it, but I just said, I am the best. Said it in a meeting once with got a Korean friend in the office, and You couldn't believe it that I just said something in Korean. Of course, I'd like to thank the K-pop
Really
group
wish I
to
would have learned.
anyone for helping me to learn that.
I wish I would have learned proper terms in South Korean. Unfortunately, though, I can't just say them.
Well, Hangul characters are very mathematical. They were devised by a mathematician. And you build up words and syllables by combining them.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Something completely foreign for Westerners, but cool. Oh yeah, so I was asking the question, do you know why American, or at least all of those, why the American lager was first invented?
Lager or
Have you ever
lager?
heard that? The lager.
Lager. Okay.
Yes.
No.
It was because of Prohibition. After Prohibition, people's tastes had changed quite a bit. So with dealing with a new market, then a lot of the beer producers lessened the amount of hops, started adding in adjuncts to sweeten up the beer and make it more palatable for the consumer that was not used to drinking things like that. And here it still stands. And then, of course, it took a whole new sort of flavor stripping when the whole I want a lighter beer so I can stay slimmer craze took place.
Were you as hairy when you went to school, Owen?
And the light lagers.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, yes.
That'd be okay then.
Yeah, that's how, actually, it was right after Prohibition. That was how Pabst won that blue ribbon. Because, and now they've just been proudly displaying it for for decades, like as if they still have it. Ooh, I love that. I do love some English cider. It's been a while. I used to bring home the ciders every so often when I worked at a bottle shop.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Well, there used to be a guy who would man the control room on police radios in the in Barrow. I can't remember his name, but I can see his face. And if someone was struggling to make contact with control, you know, they'd move to a different place and try again, and ask if control can hear. And every time, instead of loud and clear, he would say cloudy beer, without fail.
That's the thing now. I hate that. Cloudy beer, you want cloudy beer now. Or at least that's been the trend in the American market.
Well, with Guinness, you can't see whether it's cloudy.
Yeah. But it's not.
No.
Yeah, now it's just a lot of, at least with like a lot of the, you know, microbreweries and whatnot.
Yep. I certainly had a glass of Guinness after the team time trial yesterday.
There's one cidery. It started out based in Maine. Now it's in Massachusetts. There's two friends going to college and they split ways. But anyway, so then essentially what they go for is it's less character, or less of the yeast character and more of just actual cider flavor. So it tastes like a cider that you would have, you know, at the Christmas tree shop or something, like fresh pressed farm cider.
Oh.
And it's good, but if you have more than one, sometimes my face gets a little red.
So the fruit fly.
It's also, yeah,
the fruit fly isn't actually attracted to fruit. It's attracted to the yeast that grows on the fruit.
Okay. Yeah.
Also called the vinegar fly.
Because they like to fly into vinegar and die?
No, because you know, you're brewing wines or things like that. They if they get in it, you know, they'll feed and they'll turn the wine to vinegar.
Yeah.
Bacteria that they impart.
Yeah, and I enjoy a dry cider as well. That would be my favorite if I was having some ciders. I mean, I do like what they've done with
A hand
down
cycle
east.
up this hill. Okay.
Because usually you can't make a cider that sweet and then put it in a can and just send it out into production.
You've seen his name?
Without
the hand cycle that we just
without,
passed.
Yeah.
A hand cycle. It might be a Tron.
Something tells me he rides the hand cycle a lot. Oh yeah, there it is. But yeah, because usually if you put in any sort of a sweet something with yeast or any kind of sugar eating organism, then you have a good chance of that can exploding if it is on a warm shelf. But I'm assuming they use pasteurization because it is quite a sweet cider. That's why it's good for one and no more. Yeah, most of our, every single, well, no, we have one IPA that you can see through. But all of our IPAs, you can't see through the glass. they look great in the light. And the consumers seem to be like, ooh, look at that. It looks so good. But all of our traditional beers are done traditionally, filtered when they're supposed to be. But those IPAs, whenever I look at them, after being around them for this long, I look at them and I go, ooh, that looks gross.
Fernando, what do you think of the ABBA song? Ben, thank you for liking the stream.
Before I forget, I gotta smash that ride on button.
So I've got bits and pieces coming in from around the world. I've ordered a couple of GPS modules. I've ordered, what else have I ordered? Blockbuster. I'm making a couple of GPS disciplined reference oscillators.
As you should.
Absolutely, everyone needs a GPS disciplined reference oscillator in their life.
Yes.
So it'll be accurate to 1 part per billion, or maybe even 0.1 parts per billion. But if I ran a clock off it, it would keep time to give or take 1 second, or up to give or take 1 second, in 30 years.
Oh. Not quite an atomic clock.
Well, that's what it's referenced to. Every single GPS satellite that's up there has 2 atomic clocks on it.
Oh, okay.
Their GPS receivers work. The satellites send a time signal. GPS receiver synchronizes its clock with GPS time and then measures time of flight for the amount of time that it takes for the time transmission to get from the satellites to the receiver, and from that can calculate how far it is away from each satellite and therefore its position, knowing where the satellites are.
So what ends up being the difference between well, I guess the accuracy of time gradually over time? The atomic clock that's on Earth must have a different time, keep a different time than the one that's in orbit, right?
No, that's it, you see. Rubidium, its molecules oscillate at a very, very accurate frequency and a very stable frequency at a particular temperature. So rubidium clocks are actually heated in an oven
But what about the effects of gravity on time?
Gravity doesn't have an effect on time.
I thought it did. I thought it was the further out
It's
of orbit, or unless I'm getting that wrong. I'm regurgitating stuff I must have seen in a documentary at some point.
Look, if it takes you 5 seconds to pee on Earth, then it takes you 5 seconds to pee in space as well.
But then the separation of those times, I believe that's
Yes.
the thing.
Yeah.
That's a Charlie question.
Yes, Owen's got it. Speed of light affects time,
Yeah, okay, that's what
or
it is.
approaching it.
Maybe.
Harry Emmerich, thanks for the ride on. Timey wimey, yes, wibbly wobbly. It's like a big ball of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Right on from Charlie. Uh-oh. There's Rick's ammunition.
At this point,
His pat
I think
deterrent.
that's my chap lip deterrent. Very dry here right now, even with my humidifier running nonstop. Good news. It looks like we have a tiny little like 2 inches of snow showing up on Sunday, and that's it for a while.
I thought you were going to tell us about the Dacia Sandero. Good
No,
news.
just the weather.
You remember that, Owen? In Top Gear.
I love Top Gear.
Owen remembers it.
So have you seen the American version of Top Gear?
Yes.
It's fun. It's fun. You know, they do fun things. But yeah, I do enjoy the original.
So, one of the kids managed to sign us up for Amazon Prime accidentally once. I wouldn't let Yolanda cancel it until I'd watched all the episodes of the Grand Tour.
Those are so good too. I love it. Because I mean, really, that's my favorite part of the show is whenever they go on an adventure. And
So,
yeah, to turn that into an entire series, good stuff.
yeah. So a couple of my favourites were when they all had to pretend to be teenagers, buy cars, pimp their rides out as they would for a teenager. And
Yep.
then they had to, they were pretending they were getting home at like 2 a.m. and they had to quietly get their cars up this gravel drive without waking the parents up in the house. And Hammond does really well. Clarkson manages to crash his Volvo into a shed. And then they'd James May had fitted a banging stereo to his car and what have you. Well, when they stopped off at one place, Clarkson and Hammond got into his car, turned the volume control all the way up and glued it in place. So the next time the camera goes through all three cars. Hammond, nice and quiet, serene drive. Clarkson, same. James May, boom, boom, boom. Looking very, very upset. Anyway, this stereo has a remote control. So James May saying, oh, I'm going to do it on the engine rather than pushing my car up this drive. It's going to be nice and easy. And then it pans to a night camera shot of May and Hammond. And Hammond reaches into his, or is it May? One of the two anyway, reaches into their pocket and gets this thing out and shows it to the other one. And says, is that the... And they just go like this. You press the button on the remote control and then it's boom, boom, boom coming out of the car.
I used to have one of
the
those
other one.
when I was-
The other one was when they're going for a race day out in the salt flats, and they got pulled over by the police in Reno for lighting the tyres up. Oh no, it was for revving the cars, wasn't it? They were revving the cars next to other cars, and it set the car alarms off.
Nice.
And then they get to the salt flats, and they're sleeping in a big Winnebago RV. And it cuts to the view of the salt flats the following morning, and Clarkson says, well, I decided to get some practice in the RV. And he's, taking it around tight corners, things like that. All you hear is, Clarkson, you infantile fillet. This voice coming from the bathroom. You're cleaning that up.
Yeah, that was the one where like the whole side comes down, and they did something to it, didn't they?
Oh no, that was a different one.
Oh, it was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go camping in the US. Remember one where they suspended James May from a crane over a river in its tent.
Yep. Was that the one where the cars went off the cliff?
I can't remember.
Or that would have been the US version on that one. I get them all combined together. Yeah, I used to have one of those obnoxious cars. Well, essentially, if your parents don't help you get a license in Maine, and before you're 18, that's hard to get one until you're 18. So I got mine when I was 18, and immediately went out, bought a car, turned that thing into the most obnoxious car in the world. I used to, I didn't go I didn't turn into a race car or anything, but the stereo system on the thing was something else. There's just no need for a stereo system like that.
I used to have a kilowatt of amplification in the back of my car.
Nice.
Split plus 4 channels, 2 channels bridged, driving the subwoofer. The 2 channels driving a pair of 6x9 Infinity speakers on the homemade parcel shelf.
Yeah, that's right. Because I used to, that used to be my fun time, was installing stereo systems in friends' cars and stuff.
Yeah. Now, despite it being asphalt, Ufa's still not wearing the yellow jumpsuit.
Oh, well, today it's ODC.
There we go. He's wearing the colours.
And I'm too early. I had in mind that the ride started at 1 o'clock, but of course it's 1:15.
Yeah, another 20 minutes yet.
Got a productive day with my son. I hauled 1,600 pounds of firewood into the shed this morning.
Oh,
Yeah, I have to admit I paid crazy amount of money for it, but that's the way it goes over here. It was more than double the price than when I bought like 20 months ago.
You should have smuggled some over from Germany.
Yeah, we were actually in the forest area, and the logs were just laying along the road. So I was thinking,
Rufus car suspension bottomed out. Hey there, Ian.
Hey,
oh yeah,
We just got done with our RGT ride, so.
Nice.
Oh, what you guys doing now, the ebb?
And that's in another 20 minutes. Finishing up. Just finishing up a slow burn.
I'm trying to see if I can scrape some energy from somewhere.
You believe me. And
Tap in
energy
the
needs
reserves.
listening from anywhere I need it. For the PCT yesterday.
I was watching Peter Sagan's video this morning. He announced that this will be his last road season. He actually looks a bit like you, Rick. You should work on that. He was also a sprinter, so yeah. You need to work on your English. That you have to have a strong Italian accent on top of it.
Yes. And I'm already at retirement age.
Yeah, but that's where he is at as well, as apparently.
Yeah, usually like 39 is about the time when you leave the pro tour.
Yeah, he's 33, but I mean the result has not been coming, so he's shifting to mountain bike. So he wants to do the Paris Olympics on mountain bike, which I think is actually a good choice. If he won everything there is to win on the road, so yeah.
Yeah, he had some really good years there for a while, didn't he?
Yeah, he did it World Championship 3 times in a row. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'm gonna pop off and just cool down for a minute. So.
All right.
Okay.
Dropping in here.
Eat some breakfast.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you guys too.
Actually, I met Peter Sagan this summer at the Tour de France in Copenhagen. Well met. I was cycling on a very narrow bike path, and the Total Energies, they came towards me. And Peter Sagan rode out. He shouted out, "Get inside" to the other members of the team to avoid hitting me. So yeah, this is my claim to fame.
Nice.
Peter Sagan told you to get out of the way.
No, he told his teammates to get out of the way to let me pass. Actually,
Oh.
I was coming in the opposite direction, so yeah.
Nice.
But he said "dentro," which means get in. This is what he said. But it was unmistakably his voice. You can recognize that from far away.
Hey, Antonio. Dropping in. Appreciate you liking the stream. You want to see a few minutes here? And we'll start on the Friday ebb.
This banana is gonna give me 20 watts extra on the sprint.
Yeah, I haven't had anything to eat yet.
One in backup too, just in case.
Look, the pros know how it works.
I'm gonna go and get a banana after I finish this. Put in the pen for the ebb. Edit stream titles. Then go and get a banana.
It is cold here.
Yeah, here too. What is it? 7.8.
Hey, cheers, Antonio.
46 Fahrenheit. 46 exactly.
Oh wow.
Hey there, Harry. Let's see what temperature it is here right now.
I think at this point, if it turns 46, I might debate taking my sweatshirt off. Not for a long time though.
Well, I'm gonna take this off once we start riding, but now I'm not taking anything off.
Yeah, it is cold right now. Minus 17 Celsius.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about inside temperature, 46 Fahrenheit. So outside it's colder, but not that much colder. It's like 38 today or something.
Yeah, I think inside it's like 71, but yeah, outside it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, well, sometimes we do, but it's very rare to get those temperatures here.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday I got up to 40 and it was, I mean, I was still wearing a coat and everything, but it was just, it's amazing the difference once it gets up over that freezing point or even close to it at this time of year.
Right on, Stacey.
Then when you get outside, the sun is shining. It almost feels like spring. So it's just around the corner for us here, but not yet.
Yeah, we'll get some taste in like April.
No, but here it's early. I know this is the main difference between Denmark, where I come from, and here is that it's just 2 months early. We had, I mean, the first year I was here, we had, what was it? 75 Fahrenheit, end of February. I was just shocked. Wow. I mean, that's the summer temperatures for Denmark.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll still ride outside, single digits. Antonio, single digits Fahrenheit, that is. You know, it doesn't have to be much warmer than what it is to ride outdoors. But yes, have to be bumped up though.
That's the thing. Back in fall, when the temperature in the morning started going down into the 40s, I had, you know, like the full leggings, arm covers on, all that stuff. And it still felt really cold. And I feel like at this point, now once spring comes around and it starts getting into the 40s again, then I'll probably be out maybe with arm covers. That's about it. Well, yeah, definitely with arm covers.
I mean, I'm out in the weekend doing graveling, but gravel is really great for keeping yourself warm because you really have to put some power in between, and that gets you warm. Yeah. Gravel is really strange because if you look at average power, it's just nothing. But if you look at normalized power, you know that in between, it's really tough.
Yeah, it's just a matter of bursts. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't do last year. I have a gravel bike, but I didn't ride. I think it was because I got that new road bike, so.
I mean, on my own, I will probably never gravel, but I'm in this group, which is quite nice and social, so I'm quite forced to do it. But I'm slowly starting to enjoy it, actually.
Yeah, I like it. I like going out. We have pretty good trail systems around here, so you can go out and get lost if you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
And
the thing over here is it's not really gravel, it's more like forest roads and muddy fields, but it's still quite a fun. It's challenging technically.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like the adventure part of it. Just seeing things in the woods that you don't normally see, and having to deal with the obstacles.
Yeah, but also last weekend we were in the fields and it was like pretty wet and there was a snow cover, and I would never have imagined it's possible to go there with a bicycle, but it went really easy actually on the gravel bike.
Oh, nice.
You got you there, Antonio. It's in Portugal, it's not so cold, maybe like 12 degrees Celsius. In the morning, the roads are really dangerous with ice. So I've got a friend who rode rode out to and from work every day, including through winter. And one day, all the roads are snow and ice covered. He went down multiple times, and at one point, you know, he's trying to make this turn and trying desperately to stay upright, and bike went down. He managed to land on his feet, and just like the umpire in baseball, he shouts, "Safe!"
Of course, it's not nice crashing, but there is also some. I mean, if it's slippery and you fall, it's also pretty. It's badass. I mean, if you come out of it without any scrubs, it's actually quite nice to know that you can still do stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, my last one was from a wet stump, or not a wet stump, a wet root, where I hit it just right and my front wheel just took off. And I went straight over, but it didn't hurt at all. It was a nice soft landing, it felt like. And I just popped up. And I always, even though I was out in the woods by myself, I still look around like, everybody see that? No? Okay, moving for it.
I've got a friend I came across one day. I'd just gone out for a ride and came across him. He was stopped, and I went over to see if he was okay. He wasn't. He'd just come off his bike, damaged his carbon rims, broke the carbon rails on his seat. So I was waiting for his dad to come and pick him up, and nice big lump on his wrist. And it, to me, said there was a fracture there. So I wasn't going to leave him because I didn't want shock setting in. His dad finding him, you know, lay by the side of the road. So what had happened, he set off for his ride, and a couple of miles in realised that his quick release for his front wheel was undone. So he decided to try reaching down while he was moving to tighten it up. As soon as he took one hand off the bars and leant down, because he unloaded one side and the wheel just popped out.
I mean, this is the stuff that Peter Sagan can do on the bicycle. It's not something you can try at home.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely an expensive mistake. Carbon wheel set damaged. He actually worked in a hospital. I'm sure he got made fun of. And here comes the end of the workout. There we go. Workout done.
Ooh, probably a good idea to head over.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. I don't get a graph this time. And Swift. Oh well. Alright, thanks everybody for joining us on the stream. Much appreciated. I'm going to bring the stream down right now. Get us ready for the Friday ebb. We'll be back
No.
in a few minutes. Until then. Know what?
I'm not ready.
Here's Owen. We'll see you shortly.
I feel better.
Bye for now.